Yeah, I will always be a warrior. You can't stop me, you can't stop me now. Yeah, I will always be a warrior. You can't lock me, you can't lock me down. I will not lay down my arms. Ready to be covered in scars, 'cause I will always be a warrior. Late nights, get lost, hard work, the cost. Can't quit, can't stop, this world all cut off. Don't have time to waste, not now. Need to find a way to get out, 'cause I'm gone in deep. Get lost in the weeds. You know it's all about the conquest. What's next? You gotta put the work in like you're obsessed. Think about what you want, what's your future? What kind of person would it take to seduce her? So what's next? Be obsessed with winning and your success. Make progress, this life is never promised. So feel blessed, live life, don't be too cautious. Trust the process. In too deep, I'll never quit. I wanna see this through. Yeah, I'm all in, and I will hold my head up high. Got what it takes to fight and survive. Yeah, I will always be a warrior. You can't stop me, you can't stop me now. Yeah, I will always be a warrior. You can't lock me, you can't lock me down. I will not lay down my arms. Ready to be covered in scars, 'cause I will always be a warrior.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat. You better hold your head up to the sky. I'm gonna roll with you till the day I die. Hey, swing those hips around. Can't stop, roll back down. My ladies, short, tall, thin or wide, always down and ready to ride.
Welcome back to Primed and Lubed, guys. My name is Gene, and the Edmonton Oilers are in tough. Let's face it. This team they are playing right now is a bit of a different beast than what they played in the previous rounds. This is really a manly team. Now, that being said, there was a lot of calls that I really did not like and was really venting about. But they were outplayed. They didn't need help from the referees tonight. They were outplayed. Now, the Oilers are in a situation where they're basically going to have to, literally, win the two games in Edmonton. And then they're going to have to steal one in Florida at some point in time. And if they can't do that, they are done. We'll see what happens here. I'm quite disappointed. And at the first time, this is one of those times I am not going to lay any onus on Stuart Skinner. He played a fabulous game. It's just these guys were really outplayed, out-muscled, out-hustled. You name it. The Oilers really had troubles, and we're going to see if there's going to be disciplinary action on Leon Draisaitl for what he did to Barkov late in that game. It wasn't called in the game, but that being said, there was calls that I didn't like going towards the Oilers as the Oilers accumulated something like 43 minutes in penalty minutes. It was brutal. It was brutal on so many respects. So some of the game notes I took place, and feel free to chime in, guys. Love to hear your thoughts on tonight's game. Now, because I am slowly changing over from lubed into the primed and lubed, I'm kind of going on a different outlet here, so I may lose some of my audience base, and hopefully you guys refine me. I was not a big fan of the 5-minute major on Warren Fogle. That was a bullshit call. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was a bullshit call. A 5 minutes and a major. He basically got kicked out. He didn't direct his knee into his knee. Like, I don't understand how that was a major. I was so choked about that. That being said, the Oilers would still have lost this game regardless of all the crappy officiating that I witnessed. And one of the reasons why is the first shot on goal was by Ekholm, and he scored on it. But that was like already like 12 minutes into the game, 13 minutes into the game. I don't know exactly the stat of when he scored that, but it was not very good action. I'm going to bring up the scoring summary here right now here on this game here. This is obviously take 2 because the first take did not go so well. Let me just bring it up here. Scores. We'll go box score. So let's go into the scoring summary right now. And I'll move that over here. Get that out of there. Just 1 second, guys. Bear with me. Okay. All right. Let's get into the scoring summary of this particular game. So it would start off with Matthias Ekholm getting his first shot on goal. The first shot of the Edmonton Oilers on goal at 11 minutes and 17 seconds. At this point in time, I think the Panthers already had 9 shots or 8 shots. So it was not very good. In the second period, Nico Mikkola would get a goal for the Florida Panthers, evening out the game at 9:34. This was from Anton Lundell and Vladimir Tarasenko. It's a 2-0 game. And then in the third period, that's when things would go really. And like, this was honestly, they were trying to, if you ask me, they were trying to kill each other in this game. Like, it was brutal with how they were trying to play. Like, this was, I don't think the Oilers want to go toe to toe in a heavyweight matchup with them. They have to play them. They have to play to their attributes, which is their speed and their skill and all that. Going toe to toe against these guys is not going to work for them in this series. So Evan Rodriguez would get it, his 6 on the power play from Anton Lundell and Oliver Ekman-Larsson. That's all you would need at this point in time. Or actually, the first one was Evan Rodriguez unassisted. Second goal was again Evan Rodriguez and with Anton Lundell and Oliver Ekman-Larsson. 3-1. At this point in time, 5 minutes in the game, Knobloch is pulling Skinner, and eventually at 17:32, Aaron Ekblad would get an empty netter. 4-1 is your final. The Panthers take a 2-0 series lead, which means they still maintain their home ice advantage. Pressure's all on Edmonton now as they go back to Edmonton for games 3 and games 4. And if you ask me, Edmonton have to win games 3. They have to win game 4. And then they have to come back to Florida and win game 5. Not necessarily win game 5, but they're going to have to win game 5 or game 7. But you would like to see them win the next 3. If they win the next 3, we're in good shape. And that's a tough task to do against this Florida Panthers team. Like I said, the Florida Panthers played a pretty decent game tonight. Roughing was very shoddy. And there was just things in this game. I like some of the notes I took. Bush took a stupid penalty on Tkachuk late in the first, but it didn't really lead to much. And I wrote down Skins was solid because Skins was playing a very good game tonight, and I don't fault him at all. A lot of people banged up in this game, from Barkov to Darnell Nurse to a lot of people went down tunnels. Like, this was war on ice, if you ask me. And I don't know the status of Darnell Nurse. I'm going to go and watch the videos, the post game interviews right away here. There was another bad call with the over the ice thing when it was flipped over and it was after Hockey Night in Canada played the replay. It was very evident that it was prior to the blue line. Obviously, it's not a video reviewable call, but it was a wrong call. For officials can't seem to get that right. So here's the thing. If the NHL wants to be an entertainment industry like the WWE, where it's like all preconceived and the outcomes and all that kind of stuff, fine. But let the fan base know. You got people in Edmonton right now paying, and I'm not even joking when I saw the ticket prices today, 10 grand for prime seats. Now, these are prime seats, but still 10 grand to see a hockey game in Edmonton for game 6. Like right now, you're not going to see a Stanley Cup in game 6. 100%. It's no possibility. So you got people paying 10 grand. Like, if you're going to do, and I don't want to bash the NHL too much, but those calls, man, those calls were ridiculous. Those calls were brutal, were bad. And I'm hoping. Now, obviously, they made a makeup call, but I don't want to make up calls because Leon Draisaitl, with 100% certainty, should have got a 10-minute with that, with the play he made on Barkov. It was a straight elbow to the face, 100%. Is that a makeup call for the Warren Fogle, and they didn't call it? I don't know. But I would much rather see him being one of the Oilers super studs, going off on a legit call than what I saw with Warren Fogle. Like, I mean, the Warren Fogle, I couldn't wrap my head around it. And then the call over the ice, I couldn't wrap my head around it. So the officiating was poor. That being said, it wasn't what costed the Oilers the game. What scares me is in a tight game that it might cost the Oilers the game. Right? This game was a matter of. So chime in how you want to feel, guys. Love to hear from you. But I would like to see the NHL, if they can't get it right with the officials, start having eagle eye technology or Hawkeye technology, whatever it is in tennis. Start incorporating that into the game. They can do it. I would just like to see it a little bit more fair. Like, I would like to see the proper calls being made. I don't know. I don't know what to say, man. Like, I was very disappointed with the officiating. At this point in time, they're playing for. They've already went through 3 series. They battled hard. Both teams. I'm not saying just the Oilers. Both teams. Just call it fair, man. Call it fair. Like right now, you call it fair. In the 2 games that I witnessed, the Florida Panthers look like they should win the Stanley Cup. That being said, I'm not going to fold on the Oilers just yet. So next game is going to be Thursday night in Edmonton. It should be a crazy, crazy building. But I'll tell you what, I think a lot of the Oiler fan base is a little bit on edge right now, a little bit upset with the calls. I guarantee that. But guys, it wasn't the calls that costed this or costed them the game tonight. It was the fact that they were just outplayed. They were outplayed, out-muscled, out-hustled, you name it, whatever you want to name it. The Edmonton Oilers deserved to lose this game. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, this is my second take for tonight. The first take did turn out so good, so I'm hoping this one turns out a little bit better. We'll see you on Thursday night. Hopefully we see some better results. I'm hoping, because it's getting to a point where it's a little worrisome. All right, guys, you have a good night.